And anything that changes the shape of the protein, in many cases, will prevent the protein from doing their work.
Okay.
And there are several drugs that stop or stop the change of the geometry of the structure of the protein, or the opposite of that, creating change to the shape of a protein. There's a whole set of drugs that are called allosteric drugs that basically change the geometry or the shape of a protein to make it either more active or less active, depending on what disease you're doing. I'll be happy to learn more about Alzheimer. I'm really not very familiar with it, but finding small molecules that either change the geometry of a protein or fix a geometry of a protein is something that people and we are doing as well. So be happy to learn more about it.
Okay, are you on LinkedIn?
Yes, I'm on LinkedIn.
It
connect with me.
Yeah, it would be great to connect with you, and I could tell you more about my research, and we could have some pretty good conversations. So yeah, that'll be great. Okay, good.
Excellent.
Very cool. And then Tim, reach out to me afterwards if you want to be a special speaker. So Salvador is known, he just hopped on. He's known as basically the founder of quantum computing in Mexico. He was special speaker number 7. Salvador, at any time, if you want to hop on, he's written books on quantum, and we have other experts too. Ron Schreiner is a new frequent attender. I found him at a different panel, and then now he's been attending. If you have any questions, Ron, for Shahar.
Thanks for the intro there, Kevin. Yeah, my interest has been in the quantum computing, and I've seen some of the quantum chemistry stuff, and so this is fascinating to be able to come here and look at somebody that is actually doing it. And one of my main questions would be, is there a mapping of the interaction of the elements of a molecule and the qubits? Is that how you're finding the properties that you're looking for? In other words, are the qubits actually modeling somehow what it is you're looking for in terms of behavior of a molecule?
So sadly, no. So that's what you're asking about is how to solve the Schrodinger equation, how to figure out how the electron clouds behave around the molecule. And that's something that gate computers can do. This is one of the holy grails of quantum computing. Gate computers right now are just too small for that. But that's what, again, holy grail of quantum computing. What we're doing is a simpler version of that, way simpler version of that. Because what we're doing is we're describing the molecule as a two-dimensional object. And we are trying to find the best part of that molecule that will bind to the protein that will have those properties. So this is more of an optimization problem. If you think about optimization problem like the backpack problem, right? You have a backpack and you need to fill that backpack with items. Each item has a weight and a cost, and you want the highest weight, the lowest cost, some kind of a combination of properties. That's what we are doing. We're saying, okay, this is our molecule. It needs to be a certain size. That's the size of the backpack. And then each of these groups, we want a combination of groups that will bind in the right place and will have a good drug-like properties. So that's what we're doing. You can take the algorithm that we are writing and translate it quite similarly to a backpack problem. What our unique contribution, of course, is in how you design a library, a chemistry library that is relevant for this protein, this disease, and how do you translate it from the chemical language to the qubit language, to the language of optimization.
You just opened the door for my next question. Chemistry has a language. It has a notation.
Yeah.
Quantum computing has a notation. I mean, quantum mechanics has a notation. Quantum computing is it's out there searching for something that we've got